Table family, it's Yolanda. It's Sunday. I am a beautiful mahogany red because I have been sun-kissed by the Caribbean Sea and the St. Thomas and St. John's Caribbean Islands. This has been my view for the past 7 days as I wake up, and it's been pure joy, peace, and sunshine. Actually hasn't rained much here. I've been here for the last 7 days. I've called it Operation Reset My Nervous System because I didn't realize how fatigued I have been. I've been producing at a very high level for the past 6 months, both at work and in doing this work with everybody at the table, coaching Black women business owners. It's been a phenomenal ride, but a tiring ride. And so I'm super excited to have an opportunity to take rest. Remember, we are on summer rest for the podcast, but I do have some content that I'll be sharing that's blessing me. One of which is a video on how they live stress-free in the country of Sweden. Sweden is said to be one of the most peaceful countries, and you don't ever hear about them being in a war, do you? And that it is really good for work-life harmony, work-life balance, and how they treat their bodies in relation to just being a living being. So I want to share that with you. I hope you are taking time to rest this summer. You get a chance to take a break as well. I'll check in next week with some more content sharing. Until then, take care and dine well.
These are 3 concepts that I've learned about stress management from my years living in Sweden. And Sweden is among the top 5 happiest countries in the world. So ladies, if you're struggling with stress, I think you should pay attention to this and take some notes. The first concept is actually acknowledging the stress and just letting it out. I lived in a town called Uppsala, and there was an area in Uppsala called Flagsta where there's a lot of college students, and at 10 p.m. at night, they would open up their windows and just scream. If you walk down the street in Flagsta, like, you're just gonna hear people screaming out their windows at 10 p.m. Everybody knows that they're all going through the same thing. They're not trying to hold it down like we tend to do in America and pretend like everything is okay. They're just letting it out. And that's something that I've practiced in my own life as well. It's low-key embarrassing. I'll let out some crazy sounds, or I might just bother whoever is near me, do some shadow boxing or bust out a little dance move just to acknowledge I'm under stress, but I'm not holding it in. I'm letting it out. Second is a concept called fika. So fika is basically grabbing a coffee and a nice little sweet pastry and sitting down and chopping it up with somebody that you like spending time with. And they do this with their co-workers, with family, with teammates. There's always a good reason to have a fika, and it reinforces work-life balance, to just pause and be present with the people that you're around and having human connection. Twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, I'll meet up with a friend for 30 minutes to an hour to just have a coffee and catch up, talk about life, talk about work, talk about family, talk about things that are going on, and just see how they're doing. It helps me to remember that work is not the only important thing. It's not even the most important thing. And the third is being a minimalist. There's a concept in Sweden called lagom. And what lagom means is not too much, not too little, just the right amount. And they apply this to everything, with work, with making money, with everything in their life. What it reinforces is, like, you don't need to be doing too much. You can strive to achieve things, you can strive to get things for sure, but don't let it come at the expense of your health or the time that you spend with your family or the enjoyment of your life overall. And I apply this to my life as well, with my work hours, with the things that I buy. I barely have anything in my apartment. I have everything that I need, but not more than I need. Even the car I drive the same car that I've been driving since I was in high school, because it works and it gets me from point A to point B. That's lagom. And I know that that goes against a lot of the things that we learn or are programmed to think in America, which is why I believe it's so important to travel and expand your mind to different lifestyles. Sweden is a place that is dear to my heart, and the way that they do life should be an example, especially if you're seeking to find balance and overall just happiness.
I hope this encouraged you to find something that is stress-free. Hit the comments with what you're doing to maintain a balanced life. And until next week, take care and dine well.